and you did it. Girl, you really showed me. Think with your heart, don't think with your body. Clever. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not Justin Timberlake, write me a river. Lately, I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. You tried to convince me it was all in my head, and I felt like it's not you, it's me instead. Hey, I wanted to rock with you, roll with you. Said you was my baby girl, then you left me too. Everything was kosher, I feel like a poster. Then I got word that you wanna leave a picture. Off with somebody else, off with the jerk. With the shame on me, I really thought that it could work. Off with somebody else, off with the loser. Shame on me, I really thought I had a... Lately I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead. I be having conversations with myself, cause I feel like I have nobody to talk to. Everything was green light, now we got the red. Could've had somebody else, chose you instead.
Yo.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Hope everybody is well. Last Tuesday in September. Next time I see me, you're gonna be the best man. Nah, man, the month was so good. I already said he got to get married in the month. You know what I mean? He gave first child in the month. That's a big month. Understand? Ira, you have any weekend offerings you want to share with us? You know what I mean? We'll start off with a little weekend offerings. How was your weekend? Just
I don't
basic.
even remember the weekend, huh? I remember how the
Yeah.
weekend go. No, I don't remember. The weekend might have been straight. Might have been alright. I remember if I've been a recuperate or like I was. I don't know, brother. I can't remember what happened this
Okay.
weekend. God. Tell you the truth. I did nothing spectacular. I don't think.
Just regular. Just a regular
I feel
weekend.
like just a chill one, yeah. A chill weekend.
I want to tell you that you hoodie beat me tonight. I don't
Mm-hmm.
normally have a competition, you know what I mean? Jason is very lackadaisical, you know, when it comes to the gaps. It's only since them GT DJs coming in that them man bring some style to the thing. I like the part. I tell them man that they're missing out on that aspect. I feel like it's a performance.
I feel what you say. I feel what
Yeah.
you say now, yeah.
Listen, when I went school, when I went down Barbados, that was the first time I realized. Because then now you're seeing DJs coming in and you're seeing like some real DJs, and that's part of the act. That is absolutely part of the act. I'm telling you. Because at the same point in time, you're telling people, um, uh, everybody in here will look good. Everybody in here will got $20. You got to look,
You make sense. Yeah. Sure.
I mean, I tell you,
Definitely.
it's part of the scheme at all moments in time. You got half shoots too. I like when Willis do the Superman. You know what I mean? But Superman ain't coming back. Willis don't get fat. So you know Superman ain't coming back. And big up to DJ Willis. Well, I could share with you part of my weekend.
Let me hear it.
Because, you know, I try to support. You know what I mean? I like to support my premiere. So I went down, they had a movie night, movies from Nevis, movies of Nevis, movies to do with Nevis. the first part of it was local movies. So I'm reaching the early movie. Reaching and reaching early. I reaching the kind of late, to be fair. But not me started. Check it out. First problem I have, Ira, and it's not a big problem. I'm not saying the gentleman should be fired. This is not no beef. I reached the Ira,
Mm-hmm.
and a gentleman is laying out some chairs,
Mm-hmm.
and I see what is taking place. Now, my impression is
Mm-hmm.
that you could take a chair and sit down wherever you want. Feel like that
Okay.
is what is going to take place. His impression was we was gonna be like it's cool and we're gonna come and we're gonna sit down in front of the big screen and we're all gonna watch this together.
Mm-hmm.
I know that that is not gonna happen. I go to the gentleman. I say, I see you putting out these chairs here. Uh,
Yeah.
can I possibly have one? He said, those chairs are not supposed to be moved. Those chairs stay where they are. If you wanna, sit down in the chair, then you could sit down there. But I said, cool.
You can't move the chair. You got to sit down right there. So. Okay.
Listen, as soon as he come back with so much here, cause people
Mm.
start to come in at this point. And them I think the same thing what me think. I know me premier invite me down here and sit down on my grass. I see chairs here. Them chair got to be rabbit. So them come and then I take up the same set of chair. Where we me just ask for it.
So what he do?
He let them take up the chair and leave his rabbit there.
You,
Listen,
you put.
I only ask here about the chair
Mm-hmm.
so that me no look. Me no just want to go and take up the chair. Me
So you
still
take up
want
the
to
chair after?
no, me stand up.
Oh, you
Me
stand
lean
up.
up on a tree. Me lean up on a tree. The chair them not supposed to move. By me.
You see?
But anyway,
Alan is a law-abiding citizen. Now follow
listen.
instructions. I've
All
been
what
telling
me
you.
do, me go and me find out what is taking place.
Mm-hmm.
And even when me see what me not supposed to take place, me still not make no noise.
You would have been like,
Me, me, me still not make no noise. I lean
oh.
up on the I think our national tree. And me
Mm.
cool. Me not break no branch or nothing. Me just lean up on top of that tree there. And
Wow.
me take in the films. Every now and again you walk on cause you hard on your bottom. You like when you're there complex, so you got to get up and stretch out. Um the first two films were local films.
Yeah.
And they also interviewed one of the participants and I think the creator of the film. And O'Nelia Jones, who was a former Miss Nevis. Beautiful young lady. She was in the film.
Mm.
One of them, um, the junior minister was also a star. She was not interviewed, but she was also a star. Miss Janelle Dinsmith, she was in the first film. The first film was like a kind of horror kind of comedy. They went up in the by the waterfalls, and while they up the building, they see this Rasta man. So they under the impression the Rasta man a peep on them. You understand? They have somehow they get European girl syndrome. So they
Mm.
start run from the Rasta. Delia end up fall long mess up she ankle. And then the Rasta man come asking her, excuse me, I have something for you. Then hit the Rasta man, continue run. By the time they reach down by the chance, them a try find out where the keys. Rasta man pop up and say, Miss, you drop your keys.
Mm.
So so in the end, people laugh. More people laugh after that day than will laugh actually after the main movie, but we don't get to that. We don't get to that. The next one
So
was go ahead.
I was wondering when we could see these movies. But continue this great talk about the movies.
The next one
Hmm.
seem more like a kind of thing where they were talking about bullying in high school. You understand? And I was having a wonderful time laughing after the movie, but I think the young lady she committed suicide in the end, and I said, this is the type of night I'm having. I can't sit down. And
Hmm.
even because I thought it was gonna be a movie about overcoming. I thought that she was gonna, because she was bawling, because like she friend call she Jai Juice and Big Titty and them thing. I mean, it's like, ladies, if your friend them call you Big Titty, don't feel bad about it. And Jai Juice, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was. I thought it was gonna be a story about overcoming. So they end up make me feel bad. And Pantap,
Yeah, yeah.
Pantap, Pantap, that what make me feel bad too. I was there sitting down. A young lady walk in and she fall down. And I couldn't laugh because she had a baby in she hand. That was the kind of, you understand what kind of night I was having? I can't sit down. People are falling, me can't laugh. The movie there,
Hmm.
I can't laugh after the movie. Me not really get to laugh until the main event. Um, the
Hmm.
movie is called 1 Year Off. 1 Year Off. I think this is one of the first films that was filmed by MSR Media. Um, this is a European people film. Okay, just there is no, the premise of the film is not speaking to you as an Asian, except in the fact, however, they have amazing shots of news,
Hmm.
fantastic shots. That part of the film, oh, Mr. Premier, you win with that. Like them, I make the water look the bluest blue and still at the same time clear. You see in the Poincian, beautiful. Eh, the shots that they was getting of Nevis, fantastic,
Hmm.
man. I love it.
1 year off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, from the name of the movie, so it's basically like six main characters. No, the star of this movie is this guy named Ben, and Ben, he is, just picture Donald Trump with a better toupee, with a better
Hmm.
hairstylist. He got a better hairstylist than Donald Trump. But I heard that man they been arranged. Me that watch the thing and really and truly, I maybe want to ask somebody, yo, I may see something, but you seeing it in contrast to everybody else. He arranged. The son did not treat him well. He forgot his sunscreen. And then man they say, yo, we're doing this anyway. But um he did not know his biological father. And he find out that his father. And by the way, me I spoil the movie, so if any I feel like
Spoiler alert.
yeah. If any I
Just
feel
want you
like
to know
you
this is a
need
spoiler
to
alert.
watch any year off or whatever, just know I'm gonna
Rated
spoil the movie.
4.1 out of 10
I'm gonna
on.
tell you. It's actually one of the better rated movies. It's
Oh, really?
4.1 on Rotten Tomatoes. Not
I
a
got a
lot of people are
4.1 on
speaking.
the database, the movie
And
database.
it was in theaters in America, but I can't see any stats. So I don't know how much it costs, and I don't know how much it pull in. I have no ideas on the numbers. And that is only important insofar as if it is a successful venture, then you would expect it to continue moving on. If it's an unsuccessful venture, you know how that goes. So anyway, Ben ended up finding out that his father was from Nevis and his father owned Golden Rock Hotel
Wow.
and Cushy
Lucky.
Beach, Egypt,
Yeah.
and his father left that in his will for he. So right away, as I'm telling you, the premise is you do somewhere and you find out you own a hotel. This not got no do with Nevis people, but as I'm telling you, amazing shots. They do make Nevis look. Me not tell you no panda about that. But we ain't no nothing. This ain't nothing about Nevis. For just from a relation standpoint, they might got something else. The one with them and want fight. We might relate to that, but no. So he, on top of finding out this, of course he's gonna call his friends and say, "Would y'all like to come to Nevis for a week?" And of course I'm gonna say yeah, cause he said, "But I paying for everything. You got rooms, you got beach, we got everything." And they spend this week in Nevis, and this woman who came down there with him, she's like his best friend or whatever. She said, let's open a marriage business. And let's stay in Nevis for a year and see what happens. So 1 year off. Okay? And she says so because now she met this European gentleman, and of course she fell in love with him. She said she not come on your love, but she fell in love with him. He got a lot of singing. Nobody was laughing. And me don't know if once again, it was European people jokes. It wasn't our kind of rhythm. But you see Nevis. I can't say you don't see Nevis. And Nevis looks damn good, man.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, for real. Me ain't say no with that part there. And also, this thing what ain't relatable. This man come down here, Donald Trump, and the woman who like she managing Golden, he fall in love with she, and she fall yo, no, that's cap, that's cap. He and all in the movie he said, but she too young on me. If you see something,
Yeah.
yeah, man,
She look good too,
bruh,
you know. She look good too, you know.
you better believe it.
Yeah, she look good too.
If they can go say he's a new vision young woman, how else he gonna look? But no, them man could not come out front with me with that.
Yeah. Them man would have been in discipline.
On a level still, we got people who could have beat her, but she alright. I guess that's who they could have afford. But we got people could have beat her on the same level.
Right.
Were you
I don't them pay your crickets then right now hard, boy. They don't know what cricket you deal with. So anywhere you go is cricket.
power cricket? Oh, what? I don't
You
know.
go pour a glass. You go pour a glass of water in the corner of your room or something.
No, in my room, no? I outside that.
Outside. Outside
Yeah,
that.
outside that. You don't who come here look at outside that. You know inside now.
Well, that allowed. But you know you go. That's Nevis.
Listen, rain
That's
is
Nevis.
actually falling in Nevis.
Oh.
And
So
when
them
rain
come
fall,
close.
that is the cry for the animals.
Yeah.
The crop of them, as the answer do it, I see all the animals them and they thing right now. Let me see if I forget anything else about this, the movies. You see Guyana, yeah. Guyana win the CPL. Can't laugh after me Guyanese virgin them no more boy.
They win one.
Yeah, they win a
They win the
CPL boy.
first one. So congratulations to the Guyana Warriors, right?
Amazon Warriors, yeah.
Amazon Warrior. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
Amazon Warriors. Yeah, big up yourself.
Were you able to get all of the clips, man?
16.
You were able to get all? I feel
16,
like
you
we
know.
might I feel like we
So
might I feel like we might got to do that.
you're gonna go
And
through them.
before we get to the clips, right? I wanna say a couple things.
Funny.
Um we spend a lot of time speaking about the concerned citizen movement. And I feel like I'm fair. I feel like I don't bring up all kind of things going on happy with nobody. And I feel like some of them does be uncomfortable when I bring up some of the things too. They're gonna be even more uncomfortable if by some chance they get in power. Because
Mm.
then they will be the party in power. If we on a plane and you got a man a sit down, you know what I mean? He row 13, seat F. And he tell me about he want to fly the plane. That's cool. He might be telling me like he going to school and all his plans. And I'm gonna sit down and I have to take that into consideration. But who fly the plane? I got a little more, you know? I got to keep my eye on who really steering the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So as I say, it just is what it is for now. When Unity was in, you just ask questions about Unity. Knows labor. Every now and again I ask, well, what going on with Dr. Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah. He is still the plane. He no longer in the seat 13F. He at least in first class. You better believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is not gonna be critical necessarily. Some of these, you know for sure. If I can tune in or listen for any length of time, I need to be entertained. And some of these is just for the jokes.
Yeah.
You better believe it. Some of these is for the jokes. We don't have to have no analysis. But overall, I think it was an alright discussion. One of the things that I was shocked that was not discussed. Yo, people don't understand what to do. Yo, clear when you could have gone viral. Ask the man what going on, what he think about the roundabout. You cannot ask about the roundabout, Ira.
Around the
You
boat.
can the paint. You not even
Oh,
remember. You not even remember about the roundabout. Cause you don't go back to green. But
oh,
you
that
will
round the
ask a
boat.
question there. What? What? In your constituency, you got all openings to do it. And there was a moment in time where his energy was there. Man, but people were tuning. Clearly, like a 1K live viewers. That's what they on the board.
She didn't want to be combative.
Well, pause the interview. Pause the interview and tell people, you see, not because they ask for it. I just give it to. See, I give him a pass and walk over there, man, and come back. But even all of that, pass the interview. That kind of very well. How much people gonna be on the region? But I got to go here. What going on over here? Yo, play me go social media.
You can't tell Cleon how to run your show. You run your show how you run your show.
Okay, right. we can go to the first one, sir.
So when you say the first one, anyone?
And no,
First one?
I mean in the other one, we send them.
Because the order where you send them might be the same order where they uploaded. So let me see if I could see a number on them or something real quick. Okay, it looks so. Alright. On to the first one. Let me get your joke here, bro.
I think the next hurdle that we need now to get over is this question of our politics. I think our politics is still too divisive, and
But before we get into the politics of it, now you mentioned that.
See, and ain't even got an analysis needed for that. I just wanted you to see that Cleon walk out early. I got a bad bitch him early. You check? So early o'clock, she hit him with a hey, yo, big dog. I know you want to talk about that, you know. No. This is legendary. We don't deal with politics so early in the show. We're gonna get to that later. You check it out.
They may make it now?
Eh? Into
They made
politics?
it? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, the first answer was politics. It was out politics, yeah. Yeah. I think the show might transform because I mean, receive good well, at least one good reception. But you have anything? You don't have
For
anything
that?
from that. Yeah.
No.
I know you don't have nothing for that.
No, not really. Not really. I think that part I tuned in a little bit and I think I had gotten that part where he said before we get into the politics, but I don't even remember what she had come up with after that, to be honest. No disrespect to her, but what was more important to talk about? I can't remember. Next clip?
Yeah.
Next clip, yeah.
And the stories that I heard today were very similar to the stories that my father told me about the struggles and what Nevis was like then. And to hear that Bertram Roach was part of electrifying Nevis, and electricity didn't come to Nevis until the 1950s.
Maybe I want to repeat this point. When you look at independence and the context of independence, right? I received a document. It was like a white paper what Labour did, and they were talking about what was going on at the time. Because when we get independence, Simeon Daniel is in office.
Yeah.
NRP really and truly, NRP entire manifesto was we will secede and sink it.
Yeah.
In a having no plans, in a having none, we will secede and sink it.
That was it.
That was it. We will. You hear 1950s. Nevis not got electricity yet. So me just tell you, you got to understand the knock board. What Nevis was getting and the mentality what Nevis had at the moment in time, because this is how now Nevis get a NIA, you know? And so other things. Well, Gigi, you like I say you kind of pick up on this scheme, you know. But anyway, play the next clip.
4, 3.
assessing our economic development here on the island of Nevis?
So I think it's a fair question, and the reasons why we have not been able to attract, I wish I could tell you, because we've had so many opportunities where we've engaged. From a government point of view, we have engaged in terms of meetings and concessions and trying to facilitate. For some reason, these investors have not delivered insofar as Nevis is concerned. We've had project after project announced to the point where I have taken the position as Premier that I don't announce projects anymore.
The question that was asked, and me really got Cleon asking the question, because Cleon, I don't tell everybody you ain't on show me off of Facebook and you unfriend me off of Facebook.
Yeah.
So me really like you asking a question.
You sure she unfriend you?
Yeah.
So you'll be checking on Cleon and so?
I was checking on a picture when I check when me pull back Cleon, they must say, you could add this person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you feel like if this is a person of importance, you know this is a person, go ahead, add her. But the question was to do with how come no hotels?
Yeah. I hear that one too. How come we ain't got no 5-star hotel since Four Seasons, really? 5
I think it was to do with how come we don't have another hotel with 200 beds? And he will go on later to answer that day. But in his initial response, you hear him say about how people, the investors are not coming through. After presentation after presentation. And it had seemed to me like the NIA approaching and saying, yeah, this would be a good idea for you to come and do this. But you're not seeing the closing. All the investors that I have overseas, they're gone underseas. Yeah. And you're hearing the fatigue of like, I mean, bro, I'm trying everything. And I can't get you. You hear the stillness and the outer ideas. Can't get you. Okay, what I do? And I mean, you come with an answer a little later, which kind of cement for me that we ain't gonna get no hotels. Cause I think you really answered the question clearly at the end. But overall, you're seeing, well, and this, as I say, is the initial answer. These meetings are not, nobody's following through. And then you hear, I have had announcement after announcement, and I warn y'all about them announcements early o'clock in the thing, and everything being a ribbon cutting ceremony. I realize I'll be get the big scissors out there. Just like how the briefcase disappeared for last election, no briefcase. Because the theatrics. People don't feel like Nevis people docile and not pay attention. Go ahead, play with Nevis people. Do you have any perspective on that answer?
Like you said, the fatigue is showing up, you know. What I don't understand is where's the assessment. I thought I would have had more of an assessment of why time after time investors are failing. Is there a common cause?
He's gonna give it. He's gonna give it. But as I said, I was just focusing on the initial of, put it this way, he going to banks. Because this is really what you're doing when you're going to investors. He going to banks to get a loan to do a hotel project in Nevis. And all these banks what he going to say no, sir. Like your presentation, you could announce. I like it so much you could announce, but like when it comes to really doing it, can't do it. To the point where he said he stop announce. If you want to do and say your opening, do it yourself. And from the beginning, I was always asking, like, why does the government need to be in announcements for private institutions? While upon that, I got 3 business ideas. You people who selling fried chicken, okay? You need to start to decide what going on with these sauces. I want to charge me $3 for a sauce, okay? But at least I need to say what, like which one you need, like as in ranch or buffalo or them kind of things. I need to done with this ketchup. I make some ranch sauce tonight, huh? and also I need to factor that they into the bill rather than charge me $3 extra. Just put on the $3 or whatever and tell me, yo, which sauce you want. Is it necessary? I would say the necessary in place to a Chaka hotel, but as I tell her, the premier gonna answer why no hotel coming. He gonna tell her that this is just as I tell you, he going to all these investors and buy. Okay, how blue the shoes be, ain't walking. And as I tell you, you hear the stillness. Can no care what. He gotta be going with different angles. I would assume. I would have to assume.
I don't know how we start talking about fried chicken, but
yeah. The next thing, you know, get me off of my thing, no? Where Nivitalia used to be. If anybody is good with D and Daniel, Mr. Daniel, you need to find some Japanese and put a Japanese spot down there. Nevis got Chinese. Nevis got Asian in terms of Indian. No one think it's man even feeling no one in Antigua and all them places. The Japanese. We need a Japanese spot. We need a lot more Japanese things. We need manga too, but anyway. You go ham.
you feel like people can support
A Japanese spot? Japan culture and food and everything, yeah, that's what we want. I'm telling you.
okay.
And by the but I make a more now.
Here we go.
I had some sushi on Saturday from this lady. If you eat sushi, and big up to the friends, by the way. This is why it's important that everybody don't have the same taste. It's good when one of your friends like something different because you might get a little exposure to that. Big up Richard Paris, the first man to tell me, Alan, you need to get some culture. You know what I'm saying? You need to try some sushi. And I was skeptical, like that is just raw.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? But I went, ignorance. But thankful, as I say, when you got these people who know you, they might suggest something, you take a chance. I had some sushi rolls called the Nevis Nice. I think she said it's the first time she ever did it. Phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. Shrimp, avocado, her name is Allison. On Instagram, I just go on Instagram and see what's going on. Chef Alicat, ChefAli Cat, CAT. Man, I'm telling y'all, that Nevis is nice role. And she tell me if I want it again, just let you know early. I ain't gonna be on it. He had in some jalapenos. Oh my, ladies and gentlemen, wow,
Is that done by
phenomenal.
the credit union?
Yeah, that's opposite the credit union.
The Anslin home. The Anslin
Yeah,
home. Yeah,
yeah,
I've heard of the chef.
man, and every day except Monday is a different menu. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sushi day. Phenomenal, amazing. I see you tonight. I have to tell you something. It was
Mm.
yeah, yeah. It was special, man. Colin Nevis is nice role. I said, wow. Yeah.
Hey, if anybody goes to that spot because of the topics, just tell them you're here because of the topics, eh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just let them
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I hope so.
Yeah, at least people see what's going on, right?
Yeah. You can let it next one at the chamber, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. At least Allah might get to eat a sushi live. And you say you want the next one? Click, click.
Yeah.
Created its own problems for us in terms of our fiscal position because we're talking about millions of dollars.
Yes.
Just last week, Neville got in touch and said, listen, they needed some assistance because Delta, and that bill from Delta is $3 to $4 million a month. So I think our people need to appreciate that it comes at a cost.
Okay. This is just a simple little statement. As I say, listen, I'll be done. What I will be 5, and
4.
you seen a bashing game. Just discussion.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a simple thing that is being said, which I think a lot is being said too. Neville is hurting from the fuel prices. $3.5 million a month, and this is just in terms of the dealing with the surcharge. So that about 35 million, 38 and a half, $42 million for the year just in oil. So I'm already prepared to see in the budget statement that Neville take some take a little punishment this year. That's all.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And as the premier said, it's just you got to just be aware. As I say, when these kind of things going on, you got to understand and hear. It's a simple statement. But if you hear that Neville, whoever in charge of Neville is calling down to let them know, yo, we got to bill up here, you know. We got a couple more months in the year. Ukraine make some progress, but I don't hear nobody say that they're gonna finish this year. And we still got other outstanding issues on the horizon.
mm.
You have anything on that?
Well, I mean, does that mean surcharge is gonna come back soon or what? Because
Well, I think in one of the statements he would have said that the surcharge fluctuates depending on the price. I don't think he was suggesting that. He was more saying to be cognizant of the fact that the government is bearing this burden. So just be aware.
we're doing things for you. Just remember, we're
Yeah,
doing things for you.
but as I'm saying,
Yeah.
um, You see, you got to understand when people are telling you something. Even how he says so ain't regular from what he's saying. That whoever in charge of Nevlek would have to call him to say, hey, we have a bill up here. This layer is a kind of hint for the liquidity, in other words, of Nevlek. Because in any other circumstance, what had a disturbing for? So I'm aware. Current winter of this weekend is the first time electricity gone off since I've been back in News. I don't know if that's when when the boss bring on the phone with the premier and say, yo, I'll be got the bill over Delta. But I don't know if at them time that. But just be aware.
What bet? I'm gonna put the bet.
Update me on the terms of the bet, Mr. Green. Me not gonna run. But you could guys do the next one in the meantime,
because it's now become what people expect. So the norms have changed, the standards have risen dramatically. You know, people here are not suffering with the diseases of old. We've eliminated so many of those diseases that we used to have. I mean, when I was a child, you know, people used to get mumps, and you know, I don't know the last time I see people with measles and those kinds of things. Scabies. I'm sure you're so young, you don't even know what scabies are.
I don't.
I just got to marvel in the fact that the boss coming and taking credit for solving mumps and measles and scabies.
Now let me ask my you know?
That's it. That's how
maybe when he say we, he didn't mean like him, because when he said that, it kind of remind me of one time I tuned in and he was talking about like how far Nevis had come with like local institution, and he said Bank of Nevis, and then he said Sixth Form College, and then he said something about Four Seasons and so. I said, but you just talk about everything that NRP had bringing in Nevis back way then, huh? And I'm like, well, what about when you talk about in this day and age, what you do, you know? And then he went in, I think this was after, and then I started to hear about the MMR. Nowhere in the world you could go and work in an institution. Even when I had to go, like when I started out with UCF, they want my immunization form card showing that I got that one vaccination. And the man look out by here and last he see measles and them thing and scabies, you know. And
man
me
say
like,
bye.
me
Is
say
we do
wow.
that.
Me
Is
say
we do
yeah.
that.
Me say yeah.
But if
Me say wow.
if the
Me say wow.
listen, when he been a say that day, right? Me been a tell myself, me hope the man solve cancer in a ability. Guys, I know who gonna be serving up to the plate. We have no solved cancer. As soon as the new wing done, we gonna solve the dialysis stuff. But we might get to the cancer first. We will go to the next one.
Right, that one was entertaining to me.
Having been born in 1969 in Handlers Road, we didn't have running water. I don't think the young people nowadays might understand, because here, if we have a water interruption for 24 hours, people go absolutely berserk. If you have electricity interruption for 24, back in those days, you didn't have water in running water in your house. You had to go to a tank somewhere, a damp as we used to call it, to get water. You didn't have electricity. We didn't have a meter, so you couldn't get electricity until much later in life. And so these were considered luxuries to us. Now, these are basic necessities.
Basic necessities.
Basic.
So, as Gigi been catching up on the play, you realize earlier he said, he partner bring electricity to Nevis in the 1950.
Yeah.
Then you say he born in the 1969
Mm.
and you didn't have electricity. You wasn't able to get that till later in your life.
Yeah.
Really and truly, when I talk to somebody and they tell me is in the 70s electricity come Nevis. But
When
as
did
I
they come
said,
to here?
but as I, what?
Early in the 70s is when Nevis get electricity.
But I don't know why man let me to know.
But that's crazy.
Because listen, when I tell you them man do a manifesto and it's only them couple words there in the manifesto, is a lot of not both Nevis was getting from Sinkers. Because it's not just electricity, you know, when you talk about roads and so.
Yeah.
We didn't have any proper like road network. I mean, watch ya. Even me as a man who grew up in the 90s and them kind of thing there. Boy, Barnes got just get road the other day. You remember when Barnes got road been two strip
Not true.
and no lights going on?
Because when I been grew up, Ramsbury not been getting a road until whenever Perkins been getting
You
a
see?
power.
Let
Yeah,
me tell
that
you.
when I do Marin Avenue.
So then when you got to go back to them times there,
Hold on, man. Electricity?
okay. Um
Candle? Kerosene
the-
lamp and so.
so
All in the 70s?
in later that being the context, right?
No pun intended.
Nevis people had the mindset from an early stage. And I think he would have even mentioned that Nevis was independent up until like 1882, you know? Something like that. So that when Nevis really come back into some kind of federation structure. But Nevis mentality has always been, yo, if we got to go do it ourselves, we gonna do it ourselves. We're not really in and that boat thing. We want to be able to handle fundamental things. And then it come like you cut out depending. Why I mean I just want to hear Cyclone tonight. I don't see the name Cyclone, man. Where's I want from?
Nah, Mike, I can't catch a
Um,
break.
so as I say,
Mm.
in the context of Nevis, I get them kind of not both there, and Nevis recognizing all their clock. Maybe we might got to go back to how it was and do what we have to do. You have to be aware that new vision standard are high. Well, Nevis one got a basic at least. Everybody need to got a basic. When you're talking and you're saying if there is a power outage, how people are gonna be disturbed. I want the analog minister to understand. Of course, we are going to be disturbed, and not just the consumers, also the people who are doing business. Right now, in 2023, when China just said that they're not even going to be sending no rare earth minerals to the US, and the impact what that going to have. If, God forbid, something happen with Taiwan and we ain't gonna access to microchips. All of these things very impactful. Just small little devices, but this is the world where we're in right now. You got to maintain electricity. And as I said, this ain't even just for the premier. If you're going in, you can't be of the mindset that buy water off. And then people are giving me what? Yo, that's the standard. You can't complain. You just got to do your job. And you go understand when power go off, that could mean somebody losing thousands of dollars an hour. Because power. It could. When we want to be attracting people, and that also mean, cause I like the bank. Me see how Hamilton Reserve Bank, yo, this is just a smarter chat. How you want that billion in assets, and you ain't open 24/7? How is that possible?
Not to you. They're not open to you. You know, got people who could call them anytime of that.
If the